was me. I'm everywhere comfortable, but I'm still attentive. A young with money will make offended. I ain't flashy, I'm classy, but I ain't stupid either. Never show up to that's hungry and eager. My brother's keeper, I'm loyal, it's all in my demeanor. A true believer, I believe when they didn't believe her. That's why I don't let opinions affect me. I do what I want to do. If they do or they don't accept me, they expect me to give up. I almost did. Things went from moving fast.
Welcome back, everyone, to the NFL on EA Sports from Oakland, California. It's the Raiders in possession of the ball as we get back into the action in quarter number 2.
Detroit!
Jackson on first down. And this one caught by Max Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Now Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line. Now Jackson on second down. Got it in over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He completes it to Bryant. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Lucky 56.
Again, Jackson. Out left side here to Bryant. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
All that practice time came to fruition on now play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season. They got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Now Jackson. Open man right side is Ingram. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On second down, here's Jackson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
On second down, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Des Bryant in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Gold now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here in Oakland with the Raiders on top. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL.
We now proceed to the start of the second half. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
To throw on 2nd down. Jackson. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22. They'll run it now out of the gun. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. Jackson now to throw on 2nd down. And he rifles one incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Jackson now. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
No, check, Patriot! Check 26. Check safety. Put whip. Watch the whip. He's mine. Leopard!
And that'll set them back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Now it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Looking sideline, incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Detroit. Detroit.
Fourth down. Here's Jackson. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here. Fourth down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. On second down, Johnson. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Now Bortles. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. Allen, the intended receiver. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
On the run, it's Perkins. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Bryant with a catch right side. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. So after the INT, it's Bortles. Left side, caught by Matthews. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a handoff, Johnson. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. David Johnson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Here's Robinson. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now, so you're not protecting a lead, so you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again, so maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson eluding the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Looked like defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right. To try and evade people on the run, had to get on his horse, still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Hurry up, here we go.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. There he goes inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Dancing to his left. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39! Set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
On 2nd down, Perkins. And he will be stopped here for no gain, and then it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game.
Now let's go! Blue,
to throw is Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bryant. And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw? Gives him the first down yardage.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the night, and the Raiders have moved out in front.
And that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense. Right?
That's true. You've said that before. And now out come the Steelers. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. As it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He'll look to throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back to throw. Out to the left here to Reed. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
Back to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, now I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
380.
Now Bortles got to have this one. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Raiders are going to win the football game. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on fourth.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Forced out to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Daniil Hunter. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Jackson escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go. That's caught at the 25. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length.
All right, here we go.
Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
Now Jackson. And this is caught at the 8. And a broken tackle could not free him. Taken down right at the 10-yard line. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Here's Jackson. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. They're going to try and run the option right. And he is going to lose yardage here. He had the option, decided to keep it. I don't know that it would have mattered either way, though. Defended pretty well.
It really was, wasn't it? Because option plays are really standard 2-point calls, and you have to prep against them, and they did their prep well on that one.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for Oakland, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.